Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And today we're going to be working on the C5 Corvette. There you go. Alright, so today we're going to be doing one thing. This is mainly for drifting, for me at least, and you see we're putting new wheels on. I mean, that's really basic, right? However, your basic Corvette wheels, I believe they're 5x120. I don't know if you... Alright, so you may be asking, why is this such a big video? It's because we're not just changing the wheels, we're changing the whole lug pattern. So the pattern, like I said, I think it's 5x120 OEM. However, that's not going to work out for me because I have a lot of 5x114 wheels that I'm going to be using for this car, and I bought a new set actually. I didn't want to go out just for one car that I have that no other lug pattern is similar, so I just decided to do that. Now, it's important that you go over a few things with this car, or honestly just looking at your own car in general if you're going to do a certain mod, because I have now learned there can be a lot of parts different on the same car actually. And so let me show you all. So for example, this hub, ignore, I know I knocked out some of the studs, but if we look really close, this one right here and this one were for the OEM. This is the one that I drilled, so don't worry about that. But you can see that there was 1, 2, 3 holes in this hub. So if you go to do this lug conversion where you're drilling holes through the hub and the rotor, you're gonna have to get new hubs, unfortunately, unless maybe some of these might come solid. But instead of this being, $80 job with my different wheels, this has turned into a $400 job because I had to get new hubs all around. So before you do decide to do this, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a cheap, easy fix. Not necessarily. Make sure you check your hubs. That requires popping off the rotor and everything, just to make sure you don't have holes. Because if I did try to drill holes, they kind of, the template that I drill with. So if you can kind of see the holes right here, the template setup, you drill through the holes, obviously, that are open. This one's good. However, you can see this one, how it's kind of offset. If you go to drill through that, you can't really press a stud in there. So that's what I'm referring to, you're having to buy new hubs with. So we have done one of the 4, just a little test run so we know that this works, and I'm not gonna just freak up everything. So we're gonna go driver and then rear. That gives you enough and it explains what we're doing. But again, it's pretty straightforward, taking off stuff, drilling holes, pressing in new studs. So let's get to it. Okay, so real quick, I believe the top 4 bolts of the upper control arm are 14s, so you do have to remove that in order to mess with this whole assembly. But back here, got to take off the caliper, top, and then all we have to do, take the tie rod off, and the lower, ball joint, nut, whatever, and this whole assembly will come off. Also a connector, got to disconnect that. Once it's all off, we can take this out, we can take the hub, or the new hub, and drill new holes, and then slap it onto the knuckle and then reassemble it. So let's get to that. All right, now that we got the hub out, finally, a lot of wrenching. The bottom little bolt that goes in here, for some reason, is such a pain in the ass. I guess with how many miles? It's only got 90,000 miles, so, but it definitely was a challenge to get that one out. But now all of them are out, let's go ahead and get the new hub, and we're gonna start drilling holes. So, and now to the B-roll, Mark. Is it over? Okay,
Yeah.
guys, so you can see by that little B-roll clip, we are drilling the holes now in the new hub. The 5x120 studs are still in there. We got the template on, as you can see. And with this on, we're going to drill all 5 holes out. Once we get to that, you'll see us knock these studs out and put the new studs into the new holes we just drilled. Excuse me. Once we can do that, we're going to go, actually first we'll probably do this, then we'll get the rotor, drill holes through the rotor, and then assemble everything, and then go to the rear. So we'll probably catch y'all here in a second when we're putting the studs in. All right, now that we got all of the new holes drilled, we're going to go ahead and start knocking out the old studs, or new studs, off the new hub. Just take a mallet and start beating the crap out of it until they pop out. Got some wiring on there, but that's fine. I mean, it's still a flat surface. So now we're going to take this. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Slip it in. Now it's converted to 5x114.3. So all we gotta do now is the rotor, and then slap the knuckle back on and everything, and then we're good for the rear. With a good bit of force, you can get out the axle from the hub, or whatever you want to call it. The knuckle, the main honcho. Okay. Now we got to take off the e-brake bracket. That is 2 bolts on the back. That's 15s. So I can't really show that, but we're gonna get that off and then separate the lower ball joint and then take this knuckle off. Now that you already saw me drill holes, we're just going to drill holes in the rotor and the new hub, and then get this all reassembled, and we'll just probably just shoot straight to the B-rolls of this thing, because I'm pooped already. Man, this thing it's really taking a toll.